just as the players do emerge there, we'll just run through those lineups again for both of the sides this afternoon. For Slough Town, in goal will be number 1 Charlie Horlock, 2 Josh Chapman, 3 Lewis Michio, 4 Edon Pruti, 5 Dan Bayliss, 9 Slavi Sparzov, 10 John Gilbert, 11 Francis Armati, 14 Scott Davis, 15 Henry Ochieng, and 20 is Johnny Goddard. And on the bench for the Rebels will be 6 Jean Mal Prosper, 16 Dan Roth, 19 Sam Evans, 23 David Ogbonna, 24 will be Jack Timberlake. And for Maidstone United this afternoon, in goal, number 1 Alexis Andre Jr., 2 Temi Aweka, 3 Ben Brooks, 4 Reece Greenidge, 5 George Fowler, 7 Jordan Higgs, 9 Aaron Blair, 11 Charlie Seaman, 14 Tate Trusty, 15 Sol Wanju Smith, 16 Bailey Johnson. And on the bench for the Stones will be number 6 Raph Brown, 10 Shaquille Coulthurst, 13 Lenny Holden, 17 Riley Court, and 20 will be Ricardo German. So Cam, sorry to have cut you off there as those players were coming out, but is there any sort of optimism that you can thread on this afternoon's game? Any sort of hint of a victory in there for the Rebels, given their recent run of form?
To be honest, Gary, in my head, and I think probably your head as well, no, I don't think we've got much of a chance, but in your heart, you've got to always believe, I suppose, that you will get a win eventually. As we were saying, you're still relatively away from that bottom 4.
Good Tate Trusty. Mason just still building down his right-hand side at the moment, just down by the corner flag. The ball is delivered in towards the near post. Bayliss does get away. The ball is then subsequently cleared by Johnny Goddard. Running out to the head of Trusty. Bayliss then winning his contest to get a partial clearance on the ball before Maidstone. Maidenhead on the brain now. Maidstone do move the ball out to the left-hand side. A low cross in towards the near post is in at the feet of Charlie Horlock. Does fumble the ball, but no Maidstone player there able to capitalise, and Slough's number 1 is able then just to pounce on that ball. I think as Scott himself has pointed out, probably one of the positives to sort of bring out of that is they are still scoring in pretty much every game. Maidstone now with Aaron Blair just driving into the area, just tries a low crosser shot. And a shot cross up across the goal mouth there.
A draw for us is probably a better result, but Maidstone, of course, chasing the tightly contested league table, as of course I think people have alluded to. It's compared to this time last year, it was sort of 1 or 2 runaways, where this year it's definitely a 5-6 team swing.
Michio there with an attempted clearance, just about escapes away. And a ball out to the right-hand side for Armati, just to run up against Greenidge on the edge of the area, just cutting in towards that byline. Low shot across goal, flashes across the face of goal, and it has gone all the way across. Such was the narrow angle that Armati had that it's gone out for a throw-in next to the corner flag. When he just twisting and turning, just trying to find the space, delivers a low cross to the near post, which is cleared away by Maidstone. Comes out to John Gilbert. Flicks one in towards the middle, but too far in front of Ochieng. The ball is high up in the air. Maidstone do now eventually clear through a huge clearance from Jordan Higgs that Dan Bayliss will.
God, I had to be careful there, though. Bayliss has
with a bit of enthusiasm towards Charlie Horlock, and the keeper there at sort of full stretch. It'll be Brooks now just delivering that ball in towards that near post, and it's headed down by Greenidge, just past Horlock's left-hand post there, just narrowly wide, and probably the best chance of the half so far, Cam.
Yep.
Free kick, will be looking to swing this in with his right foot, delivered in towards that back post, goes into the middle, and it skims round off the back of the head, and Pruti just can't quite get his head on it at the back post. Headed away though by Maidstone, played out to that left-hand side to Aaron Blair, just turns away from Scott Davis with a delightful use of his feet. Shot in towards the near post, is pushed away by Horlock, but then cleared by Ochieng for a corner.
Can either side get a goal to take into the half-time interval?
Davis with a long diagonal free kick forward now, but Tate Trusty just looping round just to get the clearance on it. Davis well positioned though, just to flick that ball high up towards the head of Michio. Michio flicks on towards Armati. It's dealt with well by Trusty. Goddard picking up loose pieces. Goddard delivering a ball in towards the near post, headed away by Aweka out to it. Chapman on the edge of the area, and it's a good strike from Slough's number 2, but straight down the throat of Alexis Andre Jr., and he's able just to palm that down before clearing that ball away. Now, this is the feet of Charlie Seaman in the centre circle, but well won back by Lewis Michio into the Goddard. Plays it out into that right-hand channel to Slavi Sparzov, just cutting into the area by the Wecker. It's a low shot that's saved by Andre Jr. Half cleared by Maidstone, just out to the edge of the area, back into the feet of Johnny Goddard. Just looking for some options, tries to flick one forward into the path of Armati, but it's well cut out. And then Tate Trusty is able just to clear long into the chest of Bayliss. Bayliss then with the next touch into Archieng. Goes out to the right to Scott Davis. Davis looking for a long diagonal ball into Armati. Has fallen out to Lewis Michio, who's gone across towards the near post, but it's a good defensive header in there from Temia Wecker. But it will be Michio now with this corner from the far side, delivered in towards the near post. It fell in towards Edon Pruti there, just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Wouldn't have known much about it as it sort of hit him on the hip as he turned. And the ball has gone wide and out of play, and that concludes the first half. We are goalless here at half-time. The attendance is announced here at Arbour Park this afternoon as 937 in attendance, boosted by a fair following from Maidstone this afternoon. Maidstone now just looking to play a ball across to the back post. Brooks heads into Aaron Blair just inside the Slough area, just tries to bend one across the goal, just trying to curl it into that far corner, just can't quite get his angles right though, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick for the Rebels. Corner from Slough's left-hand side, delivered in towards the middle of the goal, and it's headed in from Edon Pruti there with a header in the middle of the goal, unchallenged inside the 6-yard area, and it is the opener for the Rebels in the 57th minute. Edon Pruti.
And finally, Gary, Slough got that first goal of the game. And how long have they waited for that to come to get that ball into the back of the net? And it's a, as we said earlier, it's a massive jump there from Edon Pruti, and finally we get that first goal of the game. But now can we hold on to it?
His first touch passes back to Charlie Seaman, just filling in at centre-back at the moment, just as Maidstone readjust from that attacking set piece that they had. But Slough looking to counter now, and it's a ball from Michio that puts Goddard through down that left-hand side. Just trying to cut inside, just using his feet to good effect. Goes outside to Francis Armati, just chops back in onto the byline. I suspect there the ball looked like it had gone out of play. It comes to the edge of the area to Michio, just can't quite get his foot round it though, and it skews off the top of his boot.
It's going to be a long slog now, isn't it, to keep hold of this lead at the moment.
Maidstone now with a long ball forward from Temia Wecker, just down that right-hand side, just looking to utilise the pace.
It's nice to see the Slough fans, of course, cheering as they always do, but even better now with a 1-goal lead, courtesy of a brilliant header by Edon Pruti.
Yeah, it's always easier to get behind a winning side, and it's almost the contradiction of it, isn't it? You know, because when a side is behind, that's when they need you more. Armati just looking to get the better of Greenidge there, but Maidstone's number 4 comes away with the ball and drives forward, moves out to the left-hand side, just inside the Slough half to Ben Brooks. The ball forwards there into Aaron Blair. Is picked up though by Riley Court just outside the Slough area, down this left-hand side, up against Davis. Cuts across and then moves ball into the middle, but it's a great block in there from Henry Ochieng. Jordan Higgs now just resets himself just to step away from the ball. Ben Brooks tries to deliver it in towards the head of a Wecker. It's back in towards German and then cleared by Scott Davis, but the offside flag has gone up.
Especially by those substitutions. It's all that attacking now from the Stones to try and get that goal back.
Riley Court just picking the ball up on the edge of the area from a short corner, turns inside Scott Davis, but then gets his feet all wrong and drives a low shot towards Charlie Horlock's near post, but comfortably wide. Higgs now just looking over the ball, just trying to play that diagonal one in towards the back post over the head of Bayliss. In there came the run of, I think it's Ricardo German, under pressure from Charlie Horlock. The ball has gone out of play and it will be a Maidstone corner.
Yeah.
They look to try and get something out of this late pressure now that they're trying to build on Slough's goal, and Slough's back line will have to hold firm here under some real pressure with some real big defensive units in there. The ball does fall down. It's a little bit of a goalmouth scramble here. Slough do half get the ball away. It's driven low across the goal there from one of the Maidstone players, and it's gone flashing straight the way through a big crowd of players right the way comfortably wide of Horlock's right-hand post. Sam Evans comes back now. Everyone from a Slough perspective in and around like the 25 yards. As Seaman now just delivers this ball in, flicked on by Pruti. And Chorlock is underneath it there, nothing given there as he was contested, and Davis is able to hook away off the line. Slough now just looking to try and recover the ball as Maidstone move it from right to left inside the Slough half, just progressing down that left-hand side. Seaman just trying to cut inside, plays a low ball in, bounced up off of Coulthurst, it's bouncing around inside the Slough area, comes out to the edge to Jordan Higgs. It's a low shot that's saved well by Charlie Horlock down to his right-hand side, pushing the ball around the post. It will be a Maidstone corner, but we are looking at probably no more than 30 seconds left here at Arbour Park.
I don't know about you, Gary, but I've got my art in my mouth.
There's a ball into the middle, headed away by Prosper. It will come out to the edge of the area. Riley Court just takes that touch to move him down the right-hand side, delivers the ball in towards the back post. A number of Slough heads underneath it. Aaron Blair just picking the ball up by the edge of the area, comes back outside to Charlie Seaman. His effort is blocked by Scott Davis. Ball comes out again to Jordan Higgs just on this left-hand side, tries to deliver a cross in towards that back post. Horlock claims comfortably at the back post under very little pressure, and then is just able to collapse on that ball and just chew up a few more precious seconds for Slough, as they will look to try and introduce Jack Timberlake into the game should they get the opportunity, just to again just chew up a few more seconds just to try and close this game out. Horlock just trying to find a little bit of space just to take his kick, and fires high and long, and the full-time whistle goes, and that winless streak has been ended by Scott Davis's men here at Arbour Park this afternoon. Edon Pruti's second half goal is enough to separate the two sides, and Slough Town have come away with a much needed victory this afternoon by a 1-0 here at Arbour Park.